Hello, and this is a video about how to find the right temperature in the shower or when you wash dishes. Sometimes we lose the reference point. We have no idea how to reach the perfect spot. And we might end up with extremely hot water or extremely cold water, which both are horrible. I'm sure it happens to in each one of us, and it's not fun. No, now the idea here is to find the right way. So first of all, let's start with the idea of what to do. So as you can see here, there is a line. I use a highlighter. You can use a whiteout. I think that's a better idea. I haven't tried it yet, but you need to find the right highlighter that won't come off that easily. Or a whiteout. You might use stickers, but you might find water resistant stickers because they might come off. So again, be creative, find different ways. But the idea is to do 2 points on both on the handle and on the permanent part. As you can see here, that's the handle that moves out right and left, and on the back is the permanent side. The way to do it is to choose the right intensity that you always use. You have the right intensity that you mostly use, and you know when or where that intensity. Now, let it run. When you find the right water, or when you, first of all, let it run for like 3 minutes. Sometimes hot water takes time to heat up or to reach that faucet. So let it run for like 3 minutes, for example, and then find the perfect temperature for you. So again, find the right intensity, let it run for a little bit so the water won't change. Only after you do the highlighting with whatever you want, and again do one straight line from the handle to the permanent side, so it would be a straight line. What is it good for? Even if you change, I use it for many months now, and it changed a little bit, very small increments, but it's not big of a deal. But even if it's not on the right place every time, you always have the reference where to go. Usually if you just use like extremely cold water, you have no idea where to go back. So you want to have that reference point that you can always come back to. It could be a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. You eliminate here, I would estimate it in about 80 to 90% of playing around with all the rest. In general, you want to only use it, you want to only move it a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. Now after, that's the important part here, after you marked it down, what do you want to do? Put it in the perfect spot, open the water, like start the water, and let it run for like 1 or 2 minutes before going in, by knowing that the water will be perfect 99% of the time. And that's amazing because you don't want to have to get in. So let's say you open the water and wait. The water won't be too cold, the water won't be too hot. You won't have to, okay, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left before getting in the shower, or in a worst case, when you're in the shower, doing this whole right-left thing. You will still need to do it, but again, you have the reference point. So move it in little increments after you have the line, because a little bit usually is enough. So again, open the water find the right intensity, let it run a little bit before making that. I really like this solution because it's cheap. Again, there is no much going, no investing whatsoever, and it's very, very useful. I use it all the time. When I wash dishes, when I go in the shower, I always use that reference point. That's all I care. And I think it's perfect. So again, we have different faucets, different situations. Always find the permanent side and the handle side. So as you can see here, that's one of those ones that goes up and down, right and left, and use the same. And you have this reference point. So I always use it a little bit to the right, because that's exact way. It's a little hot, but I use it a little bit to the left, right where you see it. Perfect reference point. And sometimes you have 3 faucets or handles, those or two. So I think this idea should work even with those ones, as you just find the perfect spot and do one line on each handle. In that way, you can always find that you open those two handles, you're switching them to the right place, and the water should be perfect. So I think with most faucets, be creative a little bit. Some there's like hundreds of them. Always it's a little different, but find the right thing for you and go along with it. And again, I want to remind, when you do find the right, after you highlight it, after you have this reference point, when you want to, before going into the water, unless you don't care much, but if you want to get the perfect water, let it run for like 1 to 2 minutes, knowing that the water should be perfect. And you can feel it before going in, but you know that the right water will be around, very close to that point you drew on that faucet. Hope that helps. If you have any suggestions, any other ideas, or any problems, feel free to contact me or leave a comment. Thank you.